morning, guys, and as we get started here on our makes today, I just want to wish everybody a happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying your day, and I appreciate you coming along to see what I am working on my crafting day. Today I'm working on some altered paper clips, some hidden paper clips, and just some other stuff in general. But I wanted to share with you something somebody I saw in another video. See my two little holes, my two little notches? That will keep your paper clip from sliding. Okay, you can drop it down in there. I saw a lady do that and I thought that was the most coolest thing. All right, not that we won't probably use that one, but I wanted to show you some hidden paper clips a different way. In my field journal, as a couple I already made, and this is the cover I went with, guys. Thank you, Dahlia at Mandalay Cards and More, for the bright and wonderful suggestion to put an embossed paper on the back of it. So that's what I did. We got our spine done. We got our big pockets, our accordion pockets in there. I got my little froggy picture from my daughter glued in the front. This is a pocket I made from one of the postcards my daughter bought me, which we're going to do a project with ugly postcards here real quick. Okay, and then this I haven't done anything with yet. I slid one of the postcards down in this pocket. And then I made some of the hidden paper clips I was telling you about. So see this, you see the paper clip on the back, and you got this for the front, and you can put your little writing space in there, a little note, little whatevers, and then that slides down in there, and then it goes back on the page. And then I made another one right there, same thing, little red hidden writing spot in there. You can put tickets, whatever you choose. We're then got another specimen bag in the back, and now we're moving on to working on some index cards. So if at this point in time, let me show you real quick how to do the hidden paper clips this way. So you get your magazine page, right? And I doubled mine because the magazine pages are kind of thin. So I cut one however big you want. I just cut my page in 4 pieces. And then I slip my paper clip on here. I'm going to do it backwards just so the heavier of the clips is to the outside. So then you put your paper clip there. See? Then we're going to glue I didn't get much here, did I? I'm going to glue this closed. Okay, so now you got something that looks like this. Then basically you fold one flap down. Bingo. Fold this flap down. Bingo. Then you run a bead of glue across here. And here, you glue this one down first. Run a bead of glue there, there, and you'll fold this up. So now your bottom's closed. Your paper clip's on. Get a scrap piece of paper. I've been using the brown paper bag and I'm just inking it. So then you're really honestly not throwing anything away. All right. A hint or a species or where you found something, or remember to do, or whatever you want on here. Goes in there. Then it goes on your page. And you can really put it anywhere. Now I was putting lace on the bottoms. I should glue that a little better. I'm putting a little bit of lace on the bottom here. I was having problems with my glue. I wasn't too sure if it's because it wasn't putting it thick enough, so we'll just, you could also add buttons, you could add stickers, you could add a picture from, another picture from a magazine. See, that doesn't want to stay too good. I got it to, but not without a fight. I think it's that magazine page. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break out the reinforcements, see? Nothing gets by us. Nothing, I tell you. As I almost dropped my glue. We'll put a little heavier glue in there. All right, so next up, I want to show you guys how I plan to use some more magazine pages in a different way. Come on. I buy this glue bottle specifically so it won't clog, right? And what do I get? A clogged glue bottle. There we go. Yeah, I have a real special, I just got a series of things I'm going to be working on today. I'm going to work on some altered index cards with magazine pages. Come on. Boy, oh boy, talk about stubborn. And some tips and tricks. And some things that I paid for. Some DIYs. It's got all kinds of stuff coming up. So you're going to want to stick around. I hope. Appreciate it too. I appreciate all of you. See, there we go. There's that. And I thought those were really cute. Just a nice little addition to a journal. I like it. I hope you do too. All right, so let's get out of this book. And let's move on to our next idea. I don't know if I showed you guys in the beginning how to put a notch there, but to keep it from your paper clip from sliding around. But if I didn't, I will show you that. Just basically putting a tiny little notch. If you don't have the memory keepers, or we are memory keepers or something, whatever they are, you can just do something like that. And that'll just bring it further down so it can't move beyond that space, right? Because you're going to cover it up anyhow on both sides. Right? All right, so let's get started on something else today. And I'll be right back. Okay, guys? Stay with me. All right. So as I was getting ready to edit and look at that other film, I realized I had shown you how to do the paperclip trick. All right, so let's take a couple of postcards and look at them. This one's not too bad. It's a little shiny, so I may go back over it with some mixed media acrylic. You can make your own. You can just mix simply some glue and cornstarch, or glue and baby powder, and stir it up, and then go over the cover with it, but I'm going to use a matte medium. And let's say I don't really like this postcard. I mean, it's okay. It's all right, but it's too new looking, right? So we're going to do a couple of things here. Let me get a paintbrush and I'll be right back. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put gesso on it, or matte acrylic medium, which is what I'm going to do, because if you use the acrylic medium, chances are you can paint on or do other with, right? All right, let's get this out of the way. So we're just going to cover this, and we're going to set this aside to dry, and then we're going to come back and we're going to look at how to alter this. I may as well see if I have enough to do the second one from this first one, right? Why waste? This stuff's expensive. So again, you can always use a homemade gesso. In fact, what we're going to do next is going to be homemade. All right, so if you're playing along with, let's do a few of these index cards, because I feel like this might be so much fun. We're going to want to do it again and again and again and again. So again, if you are crafting with me, grab yourself the following items: some old either pieces of cardstock or index cards, an old magazine, some old book pages, and come back. And if you have stencils, grab your stencils and sit down and let's have a moment together to craft out some pretty cool things. That one didn't get done. This one I made a long time ago. This pops off. This opens up. This is a pocket with a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, a pocket, and then it just closes like that. That was made from an old book page. If you like it, let me know in the comments and we'll make some more. See, this is your journaling spot. Pretty cool, huh? Paper bag and book. I was just doodling when I made that. Alright guys, back to the seriousness here. I'm going to go and get the rest of my supplies. So again, if you're going to craft along, you're going to need some acrylic paint, some stencils, acrylic paint, baking soda, acrylic paint, baking soda, stencil, and then your cardstock or old postcard. Sorry to get distracted. I'll be Alright, I got all my supplies gathered. I have baking soda, I have a stencil, I have my mixing spoon, I have my containers for safekeeping, and I have my dried and prepped postcards. I've got some magazine pages here. I got everything I need, pretty much. All I have to do is show you how to make the paste. So it's equal parts, and I was really curious about this. This is called Dragonfly Glaze, and we'll use it last, I think. But you can get this really cheap. And so what you'll do is one part, if it's this much paint, that's about how much baking soda you'll put, because remember, you're making like it butter, right? So we're just going to mix until you like the consistency. If it's too thick, you just add some more acrylic paint. Which I feel like ours might be. Maybe. I don't know. That's pretty good, actually. This one's going to be magical, I think. I think I might want just a, well, maybe. No, I like that. I like mine a little on the thicker side because I don't like for it to seep underneath my stencil. Right, there's one. And you don't want to make too much. Okay, let's get a wipey here. And we're going to start with, I figure if that last one doesn't work, we can just paint the glaze over the final product. What do you think? Might be a good thing. Now I had my, this is what I wanted to wash, was my matte medium brush. Okay, next up we'll use, let's go with the this is called Camel. And that's a pretty good neutral color. Then we got Dove Gray and Wild Grapes. I just grabbed, guys. I was not being picky about the colors. So this one we're going to make a little more of because this one I know I'll use quite a bit. Okay, we're going to put a scoop, and a scoop, and a scoop, and a scoop. And let's see if that's going to do it. Okay, that's a little thin to me still. Add some more. That'll do it right there. Because like I said, I like mine a little on the thicker side. And final word, you will have to wash your stencils after because this is acrylic paint. But I like it because it's cheap to make. Let's just do some purple for fun. What do you say? This one's brand new. I've never even opened it, guys. I've never even opened it. This may be one that I give my daughter. Okay. See if she's still painting. She might not be. See, and that's it. There's no sense in spending a fortune if you don't need to, right? You can use, this is something you can use, clean up, get rid of, and repeat as needed. Because I think one of these at Walmart might be a little over $1. This much acrylic paint, maybe, I don't know, 50 cents. So for less than $1, we've made quite a, because it goes a ways. It's not, and it doesn't get wasted, right? It doesn't dry up in your cabinet and go to waste. Right, we got the Dove Gray to go, and then we'll start to create. I want to get out my Payne's Blue, Payne's Gray. I want to make some with that. That's one of my favorite colors. So see, it's, you mix, you decide. That looks to be about right. Ooh, and I know at Santa I get the more expensive stuff for Christmas and birthday, so I do indulge. But some things, like the stencil butter, I don't use it enough to warrant buying it. Okay, put the lid on that. Lid on this. Set this aside so I don't lose it, spill it, destroy it. All right, now we're going to get started. So let's take this postcard and see this gray. And the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of those words right there. So I'm going to take my gray, pull a little bit out. Let's get you in focus here. See, I'm going to lay my stencil here. And then we're just going to go over. Lift. Look at that. Look at that, guys. How about that? Oh, I'm excited. All right, let's clean this. Let's clean this. And we are ready to go again. Now see, you can't see, barely can see those words. And we kill some of that shine. Okay, next up, let's try, what do we try next, guys? You help me out here. Let's try, oh, I think I heard somebody here. Oh, yep, I heard somebody say the camel. Okay, we'll wipe that off. I may go around the edge with that gray, actually. When it's all said and done, we're going to drop this in the middle. All right, we're just gonna be random. Just using our utmost care. See, you don't use much. All right, we're gonna lift. Look at that. And pretty soon you won't really recognize what's on the paper, the postcard. Who is ready to try some of the other color? And then if you catch it before it dries and you see a spot you don't like, you can take it off. Right? Okay, so we got this. Let's set that aside to dry. Now let's bring this guy out. And we'll use a different stencil. Just going to plop that down in the middle. And we'll go over it with the purple. Let's try purple. Just for fun. We'll go this side. And we'll go here. Okay. Put the leftover back in the bowl. Lift. Look at that. What a difference, huh? We're going to let that dry. And I don't think it'll take long because it's acrylic paint and baking soda, so it's going to dry it out pretty quick. Now, while we're waiting, let's look at some of our magazines. All right, let's take a page from our magazine. Let's put it on here. Let's find us a really bright page. Super, super bright page. And then it's okay, but something will pop up. There's that gold. As we sift through. Something's going to pop out at us, I just know. Like I said, we want it to be semi-bright. That said grapes. I'm thinking if we took out that word grape, cultivate, I don't know, guys. I'm going to keep that. Let's just go with, darn it, if I can find, yeah, let's just go with this. All right, this might work. I'm going to have a problem with that for the rest of the day, I got a feeling. But I got ideas. I'm never without ideas. We'll just dig in here and get some of this. We'll do it this way. We're just getting the glue everywhere. I don't waste anything, y'all. I don't waste anything. Okay, let's get her. See how much of this we can get on there. I want mostly the gray. There we go. I'm not gray, the gold. We're going to try some of that purple with that glaze stuff. See what we get. All right. This is a Reynolds wrap piece. Look how nice that works. That's just from Reynolds wrap, or I think I buy the Great Value, the off-brand. And it works like a charm. Okay, let's get this piece peeled up, cut up. All right, now we just got to get rid of her neck and maybe her hand, right? And I really liked this. So let's try the purple, and if it doesn't work, we haven't lost much. This stuff. Let's see how it turns out. I'm curious. I really, really am curious. I lost my stick. I really did. If I ever have to write another resume, I'm going to put on there, no kidding, professional loser of tools. No, I'm not. Here it is. It's clear. I'm gonna use that as an excuse. All right. I don't know what color this is going to turn, or if it is. Might not, but let's put it up here. I know it's going to be sparkly. I like sparkly. I like sparkly. And I've got my Lindy's magical powders I want to try on this too. Because like I could have turned that a different color. And I got something else I want to try. Let's lift. It might. It might. I know it's sparkly. Time will tell, won't it? We could always go over it with a paintbrush. Let's try that. Once it's dry, though. Once it's dry. Okay, this guy's dry. What's next? What do we want to do next? I know I want to go around that outside edge like that, so I think I'm going to come in here with the gray. Alright, so I tell my puppies every weekend they don't always get to go, right? Because on the days that I don't have to work and we're going to the ranch, we let him go with us. So that's why he barks. He honestly thinks that we're going somewhere, and he wants to make sure he is not left behind. And we're not. All my husband is doing right now is working on my greenhouse. So poor pup. Take the rest off. All right, let's lift and look. Lift. Oh, yes. Look at that. See, we're almost to lose the image, but we don't completely lose the image. Okay. Maybe I want a little down here. Nope, there wasn't any more on there to do down there. Oh well, we got that. Now we're going to let that dry. So you get the idea. It really is artist's choice. We'll let that dry. And then I'll go around the edges here with the gray. And I feel like it probably wouldn't hurt to throw in a little, I don't know, different color, but this is just our, for example, this we will have to cover. I mean, it did, if you're just going to put this as an accent, I think on the, like a card that you've already made, that would work out nice, that dragon's breath. But I don't think that it's going to work unless we add a little bit of color to it. It's going to work, you know what I mean? Like, we need to add a little bit of purple. Let's just add a little bit of purple. Then we'll put the purple over here. Like it graduated. Does that make sense? And I think I want to put a little more of the glaze in there. That might work. So it did lighten it up. Kind of thinned it up a bit too. Let's try one more little sprinkle of baking soda. There we go. I got an idea, you guys. Alright, we're going to add a little splash here. Let's move this. We're going to add a little splash here, and we're going to make it like an ombre, like it'll fade. You'll get the idea once I lift the paper. Once I lift the stencil, I mean. Ta-da! Ooh, very nice. All right, now let's take the last of it. We'll use this dark purple. Just to give you an idea of things that you can do. Now, do you see the gradient? I like that actually a lot. Now, who knew we had a lady sitting there drinking wine, right? All right. So again, that's just an idea. You guys take the idea and run with it. I would love it if you were to do this and then pop some photos over in my community tab on what you did with yours. And now you know how to make stencil butter. Don't go out and buy it. Okay? Acrylic paint, baking soda. 2 ingredients. Simple. Right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of my channel. I truly appreciate each and